The Virios Therapeutics bulls may have already set the target for the downside and the bear trap. Let's go ahead and go over those potentials now as I think I see the dollar amount. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a ticker symbol VIRI technicals and raw price action threat of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community and Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, team. Yes, this is VIRI on a 3-day chart, and I believe that there is a clear indication as to where the bottom side could be and where the trap may be set here for VIRI for the bears, right? So this is actually going to be a pretty dangerous trade here because we're getting into inflection zones that would essentially invalidate the upside that we're currently in. Okay, so this is a very, very tricky play happening right now, and I must warn you to be very careful when trading it, okay? So what we're looking at here is a touch of the EMA 55 coming at about 129. We've already been talking about this for some time anyway, okay? But more specifically, there are a few things here that are lining up very, very tightly with the Gaussian band of this indicator, right? So please notice the top side of the Gaussian band landing right at about, I would say, 127, right? So because we're having that 127 top side of the Gaussian band, it makes me feel like this candle here would be the support touch to kind of honor here, right? So if you can see the low on the L right up here, right? If we hover over the candle, you see the L value, you see that it's 128. Okay, so that 128 looks to be very, very similar to that very bottom side of the top side of the Gaussian band. Also very similar to the 129 that we're looking at on the EMA 55. Okay, as you can see, sometimes we can actually come back down and, test that. Let me just get this out of the way. We can come back down and test the moving average, but sometimes we actually fail it before actually, succeeding the upside from it. Right, similar situation right here. Although this candle all the way down here was in respects to the 5-day EMA 21, right? So just like this, right? We came ever so slightly above it and tested it and bounced to the upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on to the next chart here because there is something that I would like to show you. So this is the chart that we've been looking at when we're streaming live, right? And I in a very discretionary manner, in a very fast manner here, I tend to provide some targets. And if you can see here, this target that I provided, take a look at what it has. So the valuation here from this support level that I have is 128 to 129, right? So again, meeting that, again, meeting that target that we're speaking of, right? There's high relevance here within this support as well. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on to the next chart and continue validating this because it's looking not bad. So this is the broadening descending wedge that we've caught on the hourly chart, right? So this has a massive upside to look at. Of course, we're not going to reach that in just overnight. This is going to take some time for us to kind of get through. First of all, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's been the better part of about 7 days in the making for this formation itself, right? So you can see that it can take days to actually make its upside as well. So what I want to point out here is that we're breaking out on a true breakout test. So this being the test number 1, 2, 3, we have a test number 4 breakout here, right? All these were fake outs. We didn't actually get that touch, and we actually didn't get the touch here either, right? So we're looking at the test number 4 and true breakout of the formation itself. And you can see that upon breaking out, we're coming back to validate the newly converted resistance into now enacting support, right? So this is essentially the way the markets flow. Sometimes when you're looking at rules-based trading systems, then this is kind of like a rules-based to kind of look at, right? This is per traditional trading rules, honestly. So if we were to face, this is the hourly time frame, by the way, okay? So if we were to face a downside here for VIRI, then I want you to focus on this potential at market open. Go ahead and take a look at the valuation on the right. You see that the support line of our broadening descending wedge is 128, right over here. So yeah, guys, I'm really kind of biased towards that 128 target, and I do think that could be a very interesting trappy zone there, okay, because we're very close to it and we keep on touching. We're edging within that target over and over and over, right? So yeah, I'm gonna kind of throw it out there and just say that it's a high probability that we can face some bounce within that range, right? It doesn't have to be exactly 128. It's just the 128 target is more apparent to me than anything else. And to be clear, I've already expressed 127 to 129, right? So if we look right down here, 127 just so happens to be these tweezer bottoms right here, right? Look all the way to the right of the screen where it says 127, right? You can see it wiggling over there. So yeah, we have 127 located right at that tweezer bottom here, which is also very confluent to the closing of this candle here. You can see it on the C, right? Let me hover over it. There you go. See 127 on that C. So yeah. There are several things that are indicating that we could be setting an interesting trap there. Not to mention this. Let me see if I still have it here somewhere, right? Because we do have that. Let's see. It was a head and shoulders, I believe, that we were forming, and I'm not sure that I'm actually seeing it in the right time frames right now, right? So yeah, here we go. This is the head and shoulders that we actually were forming, right? So this is why I was telling you that there could be a serious bear trap here, as this is kind of showing the bears that there is a formation to kind of express a downside here, right? And upon, you can acquire the price objective by taking a trend line from the top side of the the head, all the way to the bottom side of the neckline, and apply it to the supposed area of breakout, which could be right at the neckline of the shoulder, of the right shoulder, right? So this is actually taking you to a pretty confluent target that happens to match the SMA 200 on the daily, which is also part of the golden cross. So they're thinking that, yeah, we can accept this downside here and meet the SMA 200. The thing is that there is a clear support everywhere. This is the other one. This is the broadening, this is a right-angled broadening ascending wedge that is suggesting a bottom side too. Please remember that we've already broken out of it, right? I'm talking about this this line here. Let me just make it real thick. This, and also this one too, right? We'll make it visible too. So this is the formation that we're looking for, right? Let me get rid of the moving averages because it's getting a little convoluted. Okay, so yeah, this formation right here, if you extend the trend line all the way up here and then focus on the bottom side, then this gives us another target to kind of look at, right? So first of all, I want you to know that the knot 236 is at 129. That can serve as a support, right? If we were to wick down, then yeah, I can actually see a touch all the way back down to the area of about 122. And that 122 target is not off the cards. It's just part of a support line that we've been respecting for quite some time on our path to the upside. So ticker symbol VIRI is not looking bad whatsoever, team. I am actually a fan of what's happening here. And starting from the immediate short-term time frame, hourly time frame that is, right? We're already getting indications of a recovery here. We're talking about oversold conditions here. So now we have that upside here, increasing volatility. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute upside on that momentum. We're about to reach critical volatility down here. And look at this, stochastic momentum versus money flow index, showing that we do have incoming dispersion of return. So that's not bad whatsoever either. Okay, 2-hour time frame shows to be showing already some type of influence from the very immediate short-term time frames. Okay, so the bi-hourly would be likely the next one to face that support, followed by the 4-hour time frame, which is still showing a downside, which is honestly what I'm talking about here. The 4-hour time frame is part of a wave that already started towards the downside. Okay, so the next wave is already accumulating in the shorter time periods. Okay, so we're going to cascade from the 4-hour into the 6-hour, 8-hour, into the 12-hour, potentially into the daily, but then the 30-minute time frame in 15 would then be cascading their upside influence into the shorter time frames yet again, thus pressuring the downside that we're going to face to the upside, thus validating a bear trap. Okay, so this is essentially what I'm looking at. I'm sorry that it's taking kind of long to explain it all. It's just very critical that we do explain it in detail. Okay, team, but please remember first and foremost that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.